Hi, this is Nick from The Sacred Science, and I am here with a very special guest today, Fumiko Takatsu. We talk a lot in The Sacred Science about healing journeys, and oftentimes someone's own healing journey starts with what would probably be considered a crisis or a severe challenge that seemed almost impossible to overcome. Well, Fumiko's story is much like that, and I'm excited to have her here today. She's going to talk with you all about what happened to her when she was 36 years old and how that changed her life dramatically and set her on the path that she is now on and helped her create something that has been changing the lives of many people called face yoga. Fumiko, it's an honor to be here with you today. How are you?
Good. Thank you, Nick, for having me. I'm so excited to talk with you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I've been following your work for some time and I look at all your exercises and I've tried some of them and my wife's tried a couple of them. And I think that it's something that anybody needs to check out. Men, women, any type of, and, whether you have a perfect complexion, whether you are trying to work on something on your face, it's something that is so, not only is it amazingly healing, but it's also something that's really meditational. So I think it's an amazing, amazing practice, and I'm honored to be here with you today.
Thank you so much. Yes, and it's not just a face. I've seen so many people, wrote to me and saying that it changed their life. That's what I say. Face yoga method, change your face, change your life, which I never thought at the beginning, but sure enough, that's what it is. Yeah.
So how did it start? I mean, I know how it started. So I'm just kind of prompting you a little bit here because I can't wait to hear you tell your story. It's a pretty amazing story. And so I'd love to hear, how did it all start? What happened in your life that made you realize this was a path that you wanted to be on?
Yeah. Well, I was 36. I just turned 36 years old. I was in Japan. I'm from Japan originally, raised and educated. And until I turned 23, I moved to the United States. But anyway, I was teaching in Japan at the time, and my life was great. I live in Tokyo. It's exciting. Everything was so great. And I thought I'm going to be, looking like that forever. But when I turned 36, I came back to States just to vacation for a couple weeks. And then I got hit by a car. I was in a passenger seat. Then a car, yellow Mustang, came and just hit the side of my side. And I could not move. I was carried to ER by ambulance right away. And I was told I was lucky to be, alive because it was so bad that both cars were completely destroyed and I could not breathe. I could not move. The funny thing was that I was so aware of what's going on. We spin 3 times and it stopped and everything was slow motion. And I was thinking, oh, who's going to teach in Japan? Who's going to take all my classes in Tokyo and blah, blah, blah. And when he stopped, everything just came back. And that's what happened. And I wasn't panicking, but when I got out of that painful, weeks or a couple of weeks after the accident, I looked at myself and I was just so shocked. My body was completely out of alignment because I was hit from the side and my shoulder was up, like this side was so up and my head was tilted. And because of that, my face, one side was so up and my face was so out of alignment. And I just couldn't believe how sad and how bad I looked. And on top of that, women at 36 started kind of like, oh, I'm getting older a little bit, and the wrinkle and the sunspots. And I was getting aware that I would not look, 20 forever. But the trauma of the accident really accelerated my aging process, and I just hated it. And I started going to lots of expensive treatments, and I spent lots of money on creams and all the things people do it to me. You have to go to spa, you have to go to facials, and you have to get creams. And I start feeling, do I have to spend this much of money the rest of my life? And I got so scared. And I felt like I lost my control over my life. And one day, I was about to go to teach. I was teaching college, like I said. I was looking at myself, why not move my face muscle and train my face muscle just like train my body? Because I was doing lots of exercising, including yoga, and I was into meditation, but I never thought about training the face, from here to up. And I started moving like, oh, I can move this. And I just love the idea that I can be in control my life again, my face. And I created lots of routines, and people, my friends, started noticing at first, like, you look different, you look happier, you look nicer. Oh, okay. And this is the face I started doing. See that? And at first, people were like, "Oh, that's so strange," and people loved it, but they thought I was doing something really strange thing. But the results were getting so obvious, and people wanted to know how I'm doing. And I said, "Okay, well, I'm going to teach." I started teaching kind of casually, and the word spread out. And one publisher wanted to publish a book, and I was still teaching at a college. So I didn't want to put my name as a face yoga teacher because it wasn't my field. But
Hmm.
the book just sold, like starts selling really well, and translated into different languages all over Asia. And I started doing TV shows and magazines, and I got sponsorship, and I got agent, and I decided to quit my job at university because I became so busy, and that's how I started. And that was, yeah, more than 12 years ago.
And so wait, just so I'm clear on this, how old are you?
I am 48 and I love it.
Oh
I
my, that's insane to me. Like I thought going into this call, I thought you were 43. So I was blown away just by that. But now, I mean, 48 years old, you look like you're in your late 20s. I
thank
think
you.
anyone watching this is going to sort of be shocked by that. You get that a lot. People shocked at just the fact that you're 48 years old.
Yes. Yeah, people ask me, are you in your 30s? Like, no, I'm 48. But I didn't have a confidence, and I didn't look, my skin wasn't great when I was younger. I was putting lots of makeup and those, chemicals. And I feel more confident and more comfortable. Yeah.
So the first exercise that you did, I mean, okay, so you're standing there in front of the mirror, you're looking at yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, this is not okay. You know what's happened. I think we've all had the experience where we look in the mirror as you get older, unless the person watching this is 18 years old. If you're like especially in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you have those times that you look in the mirror and you're like, oh wow, things are changing. This is interesting. I guess I need to, and I think part of it is definitely being okay with age. I think age is not something to be resisted necessarily, but why not take care of yourself and learn new ways of doing it? So you're standing in front of the mirror and you're saying, oh my gosh, this is not what I want. And then how do you start, what goes on in your brain right there? How do you start creating those maneuvers or those facial movements?
Well, the first one was, I started seeing the eye bags and the lines, and I looked so tired. And even though I had lots of energy, so I thought, okay, how about if I can move around the eye muscle? Because I know that there's muscle in the face. So the first one was it was not easy because I could not move my face muscles like I'm doing right now. But the first one I showed you, and I made an O shape because that's a line many women, especially, do not like to see the line here. Nasal labia full line. So okay, I'm gonna stretch here. And then I thought, I don't want to see my forehead wrinkles. So I like, okay, I gotta top, and then we gotta relax. I was looking at myself, and how about if I just lift this up? So one day I was able to just lift right this muscle, these two, and that was a moment. I knew I was onto something. Like, wow,
Yeah,
these moves. Yeah,
that's incredible.
yeah. And I trained my ears. I can move my ears now.
You couldn't do that before? I mean, I can't move anything. I mean, I can't even move my beard.
Yes, you can. You can. Yeah, that's what people say, like, oh, I can't move. No, no. When you train your facial muscles, you train the not only the face muscles, but the brain too, because you have to understand, okay, this is where I'm putting effort. This is where I'm going to move. And that intention really helps a lot. Like, you're going to move it. Yeah.
So what is the psychology behind it? You're standing there, you're looking at yourself in the mirror before you do these, either then or even now when you do it. Do you have to put your brain in a particular state of being to do this, or after a while it's muscle memory? You can just kind of do it whenever you want to do it.
Muscle memory, it really a muscle memory. And that's why I tell lots of my followers too. once you get to the point, it's almost excitement. Like you feel excitement, like you feel, oh, I can move here, I can move this. And like riding a bicycle, you never lose that. But when you are stressed out, one of my students in Japan told me after the tsunami and earthquake, she could not smile for one month, and she had to retrain that face because she forgot how to smile because it was so shocking, it was scary. And the first time she did after the earthquake, she said that her face almost made a strange sound, as if like something is just, moving really dramatically. And that's how our emotion really shows on our face. And by taking care of our face and emotion at the same time, your life is going to be different.
Is there a way, I mean, I've seen this with some other energy healing techniques. Is there a way to rewire your emotions through your facial expressions the same way, the same way they talk about, sometimes just smiling will put you in a better mood even if you're not in a good mood? I mean, do you experience a lot of that reverse wiring when you maneuver certain parts of your face?
I definitely do. And when I look at people, because so many people send me a photo like, oh, I want to get rid of this and that, one thing I notice, and I tell lots of people, is that the 11 line here, this is something very connected to our emotion, and your brain cannot tell the difference. You are frowning because you're not happy, or because you're frowning, you're not happy. So
yeah. What comes first?
So which comes first, chicken or egg? So I tell people, okay, so if you want to get rid of this, let's hug, let's love yourself. And then I do this shoulder rotation exercise that I teach them. They love it, especially the people who never really had yoga experience. This is everybody's favorite because it's not hard. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to do it.
Yeah. So let's hug yourself really tight. Okay, really tight, and feel somebody's hugging you, and push on your shoulder blades. By doing this, you open your heart, open your chest, and when you open your heart, when you open your chest, you open your heart at the same time. And then using your elbows, draw a figure 8 sideways, very slowly. And feel a movement of your shoulder blades. And by the way, this is good for toning your torso and the tummy area. And that's another benefit I tell people. Okay, and then stop, and then go other direction. Are you feeling it? Okay. And then switch the arm position. And then feel the difference. Do you feel a little different? Almost like somebody's hugging you. So
yeah,
it's different, right?
It's totally different.
Yeah. So breathe in and breathe out, and push on your shoulder blades, and feel love. And you need to love yourself first before you give love to other people. And then rotate. Figure 8 bigger, figure 8 is better. And other direction. Come out. Close your eyes and feel the love you just gave yourself. In and out from your nose. And let's tap your forehead. Level line. Center of your forehead. Level line. And come out from the pose. Make fists, both hands, and use the knuckle, your index and middle finger, and place them on your eyebrow. And then slide them sideways, relax, sideways, center to the side, and close your eyes. Feel the changes and difference and sensation on your face and the body. And come out. How do you feel?
Oh, so good.
Yeah. So right here, if you are tight, like if you're stressed out, many times people have 11 lines.
Yeah, this, I mean, as I'm doing it, it's always like a reminder to me that we have these tools that there's not like you need don't even need an herb or like anything external to you. You're built with these
right.
hands, and like, you have the ability to take care of yourself in a way that, is always with you. You don't have to look for anything. If you know the right practices, you can do that yourself. I mean, the fact that I just hugged myself, and then when I switched my arms over, it felt like there was somebody else hugging me. That was incredibly powerful.
I know. And you have to, make your brain kind of confused, like by switching the arm position. Yes, it's like, wow, you have a lots of love to give to others. Many times, especially mothers, they're so busy taking care of people in their family, but not enough love to themselves. And if it's not, you're not happy, you're not giving a love to yourself, it just shows on your body, like, that tightness, and that shows on the forehead, and that energy, your family will pick up, the people around you pick up, or even go grocery store, people see that or feel the energy. And I tell people, if you don't trust me, if you don't believe face yoga method, just do frowning and go outside, spend half a day, and how people react to you, and see that changes your life. Because if you just have 11 line, that's it, but you're not gonna feel good, and people react to you based on your feeling you're having, and versus you have so relaxed and smiling almost, and then go outside and people treat you so much better. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's watching, what is it, is there one more thing that you could tell people who might be looking right now for something that would help them feel and look better just right now to try in the moment? Is there something that you would give them, to just start off right now? I mean, what we just did was one, and we jumped into that. You surprised me with that one. That one was amazing with the hug, and this exercise too just completely opened up some kind of an energy field right up here for me. But is there one more that you could share that would help somebody?
Yeah, let's do the forehead one. This is the third eye, by the way. So there's so much energy right here. So let's do I called it eye opening binocular pose. Make C shape with your fingers. And this create smooth forehead. And many times people just open the eyes without realizing they're wrinkling their forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as we get older, everything of course goes down. So eyelid get droopier, and then your eyes get smaller. So this exercise helps to not to wrinkle your forehead, and also make your eyes bigger. Okay, right? So C shape with your fingers, and place the side of your index, your forehead hairline. Okay, and then open your chest, open your heart, push down your shoulder blades. Very important. And breathe in. And breathe out, and slide your fingers down, okay? And your forehead should be very smooth. And now move them to sideways so that there's no 11 line, no wrinkle, no horizontal lines on your forehead, and thumbs right next to your nostril. Push on your shoulder blades. So you're looking in binocular. Okay, now without moving your fingers, try to resist and open your eyes as wide as possible. Open, open, open. You might feel strange sensation on the back of your head. That's fine. Don't hold it. Open, open up. Bigger eyes, and open and close. Relax. Open your eyes as wide as possible, and push down your fingers. Push down so that you're not wrinkling, you're not moving your forehead. You feel the resistance, okay? Open, 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 and close. And come out. And open your eyes. And open your eyes. And if this is harder, there's the easy one. Just put your palms, 1 and 2. And the same thing. Open your eyes and push on your hands so that you're not wrinkling your forehead. And open, open, and open your chest. Push on your shoulder blades. Open. When you open your chest, you open your heart. And don't hold your breath. Push on your shoulder blades. Don't hold your breath. Very important. And open and close your eyes and come out. And just shake it off. Ooh.
Feels amazing.
Are you awake?
Yeah. It's interesting. I just realized doing the exercise how the kind of musculature that's up here. Like I've never thought about what's happening up here when I'm opening my eyes pretty much wide open. It's like this is a serious amount of like tendons and muscles probably up here that are pushing that on that entire system to help it happen.
Yeah, it opens your eyes, and you get more energy, almost like when you open your eyes and put some effort to try open it. And sometimes people have a hard time not to move their forehead because they're so used to doing this. And this is one spot people wants to get a Botox.
Yeah.
Don't want to get rid of. But very easily, when you're aware what you're doing, your facial expressions, and throughout the day, it can really reduce forehead line dramatically. Yeah.
Well, thank you for this. This has been quite educational for me as kind of like a rugged man who doesn't really tend to do this kind of stuff. It was I got to say, it was pretty eye-opening, no pun intended, and I feel incredible right now after having done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where can our people find you if they want to dive deeper with the methods that you practice?
Well, you can go to my website, faceyogamethod.com, and if you want to know what you're doing, wrong, for example, that everyday bad habits, which I really won't, tell people stop that, because that helps them to prevent lots of things, double chin. For example, I see lots of people texting or talking like this. It's bad because creating a double chin. So they can go to the aging habit quiz. They can take a quiz and find out what they need to do. And that's a really good place to start. But also, website has lots of information, faceyogamethod.com. So they can look. And also I have lots of recipe for homemade remedies they can make at home for your skin.
Really? Oh man, we've got to do another talk just on that. I mean, that's incredible. I'm sure that they'll love it, and I'm excited to hear about it too.
Okay, yeah.
Homemade remedies for your skin. That's amazing.
For skin, and my husband even uses it, and my daughter, use for kind of lips. You can eat the lip balm I make, because beeswax and all the oils from the kitchen, safe and environmentally friendly, and works great. Yeah.
So we'll put a link below this video for anyone watching to check out more of your stuff. It's been amazing. This has been an awesome 15, 20-minute talk, Fumiko.
Thank you.
More to come soon.